Well, often I find your sound is described maybe as R&B, a little soul with the pop mix to it. Do you have a way that you tend to describe the music that you make?
Yeah, well basically right now I would say like the stuff that I'm about to put out um in the near future would be more lo-fi R&B, but I definitely have some um more R&B sounding tracks and I have more indie sounding tracks. So I say I do have a range, but um right now it's more I'm leaning more towards lo-fi R&B. So yeah.
Who are some artists that inspired you when you were growing up?
Well, I would say like the majority of high school would be XXXTentacion. I listened to him like basically all of high school. Actually, since like seventh grade, I would listen to him, and he would have been my top artist for like a long time. And like right now, I would say um X is still a major inspiration. Shiloh Dynasty. Because I mean people usually just like when they hear my voice, they're like, "Yo, you sound just like Shiloh, you sound just like this or that." I'm like, okay, I might as well just like give people what they want to hear. You know what I'm saying? But also, I would say there's this one artist named Isaiah Haran. Um, he does more of like soul R&B. He's one of my inspirations, and Joji for sure would be one of them too. So yeah,
You've been described as a prodigy. How does that make you feel?
I don't know. Really, it's just whatever I've been doing is really a product of like how I grew up. My parents put me in piano early on, and I was able to pick up on that. I really had a sense of musicality. I was in orchestra in high school, so the only thing I would say that I'd never like nurtured, sort of like skill wise, would be just my voice. I feel like that came just like randomly. I never thought I could sing. Like originally I wanted to rap and shit, but then I was like, fuck it, why not sing? So yeah, that's really just how it came about. And that's really the what people mainly point out about me too is my voice. So I don't think that's really I think you could say that's more of a talent, yeah, for sure.
You have a single out now, Don't Want a Love Song, which is so beautiful. And I love the guitar aspect. The acoustic guitar just adds to the incredible beat and the chords that there is to it. Talk about creating the song. Where did the idea of it come from?
Well, was just making a bunch of like prior to this session, I was making a bunch of like just more I would say space. It's not more spacious, but more reverb sort of R&B, and it wasn't really capturing the vibe that I wanted to, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just use the guitar and just try to make a song out of it. And then the whole idea of the lyrics just came from just wanting to do something different. And yeah, nobody's ever said like don't want a love song, so I'm like fuck it, we're gonna use that one. So yeah, it was really just experimenting, and it just happened, and we were able to execute, and it happened really well. And I was really proud of it. So yeah.
I mean, the chorus says, I don't really want a love song because you have my heart. What kind of response have you been receiving, especially to that line from your fans?
Oh, a lot of people definitely like relate to it. They're like, "Yo, this literally just happened to me. Yo, like my girl broke up with me." Because really, "Don't Want a Love Song" is like it's really a love song. It's like, but it's like you're you're just so in love with somebody, and it's just not being reciprocated back. So at that point, it's like they don't even deserve a love song at that point. So that's really just what that means. It's not really saying like you're not in love with somebody. It's not really saying anything negative. It's just like you really like somebody and you can't do anything about it. So it's basically like a confession of feelings, and that's really what like most of my music is just capturing um what you're feeling emotionally and just putting it into words and music. So yeah.
You touched on it maybe a little bit about your songwriting process. Do you tend to have a typical way you write songs, whether you need a beat before you can come up with lyrics?
Yeah, so I really hate going on beats. Like I can never do that. I really like to start a song off by just coming up with the guitar chord and just like freestyling over it. I recently learned that I really can't like there's something called doing melody passes and where you just like record on the mic and then see what sounds good. I literally can't do that. I literally have to play the guitar chords every single time and figure out what exactly I want to sing. So my writing process is like pretty long, I would say, compared to a lot of people, but I feel like it allows me to get exactly what I want to get out of it. So I think I'm just very particular about what I want. And if I don't get it sounding a certain way, I'm just not gonna make it. And I know I shouldn't do that. I know like people say, yo, you should like complete the song or whatnot, but I don't know. I would say just being a perfectionist, like it's a good and a bad thing. Like you can get what you want, but like you're gonna have less work um created in the process. So but yeah, that's really just my process, just like recording um the guitar loop and just like creating off of that. And then after that I would just build over the initial like raw recording of just vocal and guitar. And that's actually how I learned like to produce a little bit. So yeah.
Well, sounds like you're very hands-on when it comes to the music that you make. What about the production side? Are you very active on that end as well?
Yeah, for sure. Like majority of this upcoming project is what I would call it. Um I think I think in every song I've done something in the production. But yeah, I really just like the more I've gotten into sessions, the more I've been creating music, the more I know what I want to put in. So it's like, why not just put my ideas down in the production? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm definitely a part of the production process.
With this new song here, is this a prelude to a full album or even an EP? Are you focused on singles for the time being?
Um, right now, I would say the idea is to get an EP. Like I already have a track list for an EP, but I just want to make sure I have everything set. Like these songs are still in process, they're still being made. So once I perfect all of these songs, definitely we'll have an EP or even like an album. But right now the idea is to get an EP out for sure.
Certainly, we'd love to hear maybe a Bryant Barnes collab with some artists in the future. Are there artists you're dying to work with?
Yes. This artist named D4VD, David. Um, it's crazy because like I listened to him like because I used to work at Pizza Hut and I just came randomly across his shit like before he even had his music out on Spotify. I was like, damn, this guy's crazy. And this was like back in like I don't know if it was 2022 or 2021. I can't remember. But yeah, that's just the main artist because I like he was my top artist last year. So I'm like, bro, like and he's also from Houston. So I'm like, bro, we gotta do something, man. So David for sure. Really just my inspirations. Keshi, Isaiah Haran. It would be cool to make a track with this dude named Ecstasy. He does more of like a punk, indie punk vibe, I would say.
Okay.
But yeah, those are really just top. Oh yeah, I started listening to Omar Apollo. He's definitely been somebody that I've like I'm interested in musically. He's for sure fire. So yeah.
What would you like to say then to everyone who are fans and supporters of the incredible music that you make, Ryan?
I would say I appreciate you for listening to me and um keep streaming. That's what I'll leave. And wait, what else would I say?
You have any advice
Oh,
for people who want to make music?
yeah, that's what I was trying to get to. I was gonna say, what is some good advice? Oh, for somebody that makes music. Oh, just make whatever you want to make, bro, and just make what sounds good to you, and um, don't be afraid to get out of your comfort zone, and don't be afraid to work with people too. And yeah, that's yeah. I'm not really good at advice, but I feel like those are like generally good things to follow for sure.